Hi, my name is James Infusino. I'm a Senior Director of Client Applications at Zoosk. Zoosk is a subscription-based online dating company. We've been around for about 8 years, and we have a really awesome product which allows people to meet, I think, in a really genuine and effective fashion, and generates revenue at the same time.
Ravi Ramrak, founder of Hearted App. Hearted App is an app for actually busy individuals that are mostly working and have assistants or used to really scheduling their life. So Hearted is actually based on scheduling your dates way in advance of actually going on them. And there's no chat in the app. So it's purely on video and then picture likes, and that's kind of how it works.
My name is Emil Sarnagoyev. I'm founder and CEO of Skadate, the software for dating sites and dating apps.
Hi, my name's Felix Mercer-Moss. I'm the co-founder of Entwine, and I work at University of Bristol, UK. Entwine is a mobile dating app aimed purely at students. We're in the departments of engineering and psychology, and we have some ideas on romantic matching that we're implementing in our mobile dating app.
Hi, my name's Adam Reamer. I'm from Adam Reamer Marketing, and what we do is SEO. We do ethical and ROI-based affiliate management for the top of the funnel, as well as monetization strategies for other companies so you can grow your revenue.
My name is Omer from Capsule. Capsule is an app discovery platform for mobile applications to make and to promote native ad units within their feed and other placements, ad placements.
Anders Wallace, PhD candidate, City University of New York Graduate Center. So the CUNY Graduate Center is the City University of New York, so it's a research institution for scholars, and it's the host for the PhD programs that come out of the City University of New York.
And I'm from WNM, so Women and Men, the new startup online social dating company down in Orange County, California.
Dan Wolfeiler, Director, Building Healthy Online Communities. Building Healthy Online Communities is a consortium of public health leaders from around the United States, both in government and community-based organizations. And what we do is we work with website owners and dating app owners to make sure we give them the best ways of reducing HIV and STD transmission among users in ways that the owners will support, the users will use, and public health thinks are good ideas.
Yeah, it's my first time in iDate.
First time at iDate.
This is actually my third or fourth iDate, and lately I've been trying to visit more and more because the value is like through the roof.
This is my first time at iDate, and it's been a terrific opportunity. Most of the time I talk to public health experts, and while I learn a lot, I can learn a whole lot more from people who are actually running the businesses that play such an important role in what we do.
Yes, sir, it is my first time at iDate, and I find it very informative. I'm learning a lot, gaining a lot of knowledge, making a lot of good contacts, so hoping to leverage that today's event for my future business.
It is my first time at the iDate conference.
Yeah, this is the first time at iDate. I've had a great time. I think it's been quite an experience to see that there are other companies that are trying to solve the same problems that we are. I really enjoyed listening about the state of mobile in general, and I think a mobile-focused group is something we really need. As I've heard, this is no longer necessarily online dating, but it is mobile online dating.
It is the first time I've been to iDate, yes.
The Sportsman's Lodge, first time at iDate, had a really great time here.
That's my first time at the iDate conference here in LA.
A relaxed atmosphere, it was nice, turned up, had a coffee, very friendly, easy to talk to presenters, yeah, just very informative, very easy to talk to.
I mean, the people here, the industry leaders, this kind of a conversation you don't just casually have on Twitter or on Facebook. It takes industry leaders to come here and have these quality conversations about conversions, about new trends, about new features, and all this fascinating stuff.
Great. Both the speakers are really knowledgeable. They're really focused on their task of showing us what we needed to know. One of the users, Steve, was extremely well knowledgeable in the actual dating app scene. And then the other speaker actually focused on advanced marketing techniques, which is really useful.
It's been great. It's been really interesting for me. So I'm a social scientist, and given that my research is on communities that teach men dating skills, I've been very keen to see the business side of the online dating industry, because I see them as related phenomena, like platforms that help people connect, online dating, and then communities that teach men skills, qualitative skills, and how to meet partners. So I was intrigued to see the business side of this, how people network, what people what challenges they have, and to then draw comparisons with the work I'm doing on these men's groups.
The conference was good. It was interesting to learn what people are doing with their apps, and they really needed some ways to monetize and build strategies, as well as lower their cost per user acquisition. So it was really fun to introduce them to channels like affiliate marketing, but from them being affiliates instead of just trying to find affiliates. We came up with solutions like incorporating stores directly into their apps with ways that's relevant. So Valentine's Day, because it's dating, why not offer specific people in income levels flowers, versus women lingerie, versus a transgender individual a store for plus size people, or that may have curves or have a larger chest, for example, so they need options that aren't available at regular retail stores. So providing these solutions to enhance the user experience while also making money. So there were a lot of interesting things, or after people have met and they signed off or they send in that they're getting married. So now you have a list of anniversaries, of vow renewals at 10 years, and you can also monetize that. So lots of really interesting strategy discussions.
Very interesting. I'm meeting lots of people, especially that it's my first time in a dating conference.
I think it's a really great conference for anything that has any connection to dating.
I'm meeting CEOs, I'm meeting product designers, I'm meeting developers, I'm meeting marketers. I mean, the crowd is diverse, and whether you look to meet any kind of people, you can meet them here.
I think it's across the board. I've met developers, I've met investors, I've also met CEOs. So I think the value in coming here is to meet a broad range of people who are specifically interested in online dating, and really trying to push the envelope and share information, which has been a tough thing so far. Working at Zoosk, you get so caught up in being nuclear and just Zoosk is alone in this market, but that's really not the case. Zoosk is solving problems alongside many other companies, and solving some of those problems globally is beneficial for the entire industry.
All kind of people, from like product-wise, CEOs and business development guys.
You know, I didn't really focus on the titles as much as the person's name and seeing if there's like a real business, if they're just trying to pick your brain. And it seems like there was a bigger portion that actually wanted to work together than the normal conference where someone may just walk up and just want some free advice and then waste your time after. I honestly believe I'll be working with some of these companies on a paid basis. So from an agency standpoint, I feel that I will get my money back from the travel.
A lot of founders and also vendors that's providing services. So I believe that I'll be able to help business growth and scale for additional platform to our site.
The majority are C-level decision makers.
We've got the principles of what'll work, but talking to people from Verizon, from Grindr, from any number of the sectors that are represented here, that gives us really good information that we can use to really make a difference.
I've come originally here to talk about our software, to tell people about what we do, but what I didn't expect is that I will learn as much or even more than I brought to people.
I got lots of ideas. I mean, like user testing with really advanced users, especially on like Tinder and other apps that are really popular today. So focusing on actually getting beta users that are already using dating apps versus just random beta users. That's going to be big for us, so I'm really happy that we came.
I took lots of ideas of how we should engage this industry, how we should approach to prospects, and how we should prepare ourselves in order to be prepared for the new trends.
I did get some ideas, for launching the app. I got some kind of ideas on promoting the app, which I won't go into details now, but it's been very useful,
I definitely think the emotion detection portion can be used, because I think we have some data that might run well with that. And I think that the photo moderation also by Yandex could be a substitute. or could be implemented at least cheaply in our new products that we're rolling out, which don't necessarily have to have industry or, let's say, hardened performance in the field?
Not as of yet, although it's been really stimulating because I don't usually go to conferences like these. This is much more really focused on business and business development. Those are things I'm not used to thinking about, and so I'll have to go back. Like, I've taken a lot of notes, and that's been really exciting, and I'll see what comes out of that. But right off the top of my head, it's hard to really trace something so specific.
I got some ideas. It's not directly related to business, but it's related to other things that I can test. Someone mentioned something about how all they're doing with mobile apps is going off data and chatting. Or this person keeps swiping, but what about measuring? So one thing I asked was, are you measuring how often somebody actually goes, like, do a facial recognition or structure scan and look to see if they have almond-shaped eyes, thick lips, thin lips, what their nose structure is, if there's one bump in their nose, if it's flat, if it's like peaked, kind of like mine is, and then you take that and measure how many people that match that have they actually had more than 8 interactions with in a discussion, and nobody's actually measuring that based off of actual physical appearance and engagement. So there were lots of cool things. So what I can do is I can take that and I can put it back into some of my strategies for conversion rate optimization. So taking some of the things that they're doing within the mobile industry has really helped me to come up with ideas that I can implement from desktop to mobile to social. So it's really going to be kind of fun to play with the things.
Yeah, I got lots of ideas on new directions and understanding how the market's built and how it's fast evolving, changing, and how we can act upon.
One session was really focused on the basic stuff for us as a startup, which we didn't really know about either because there's not a lot of information on the internet about dating. And so for me, it was really good to talk to somebody who's traveled the whole world and uses 30 dating apps and find out about their user experience and why they continue to go back to the same apps they do. And then for the second one, it was really focused on advanced analytics and marketing, which I've never even dealt with before in my life. So that was kind of unique because I got to dive into what happens when you actually pass that 50, 100,000 user mark. What are you supposed to do when you open in different cities? What are the budgets like? From New York being $1 million to Austin being $250,000. So that was really key.
The Dan Hill, the facial recognition, I find that very interesting. I could see that the industry possibly could be moving toward that direction next 5 to 10 years where you're really using a facial recognition to capture the users as opposed to just uploading photos because of all the catfish going on. So I believe that's going to be a huge.
The session by Mark Brooks where he spoke about what's going on in dating brought us all up to date with the current happenings. I also enjoyed listening about photo moderation, some of the advances that are going on there. And one really interesting topic was really about facial emotion detection. That was a real winner for me, and I think that it's got some real promise in dating.
The main wow was when the CEO of Snap Interactive told us that he's doing what we are doing, because we are currently in the process of also developing new web apps with Ionic framework, and I was fascinated to find out that they are basically doing the same thing. They are already testing it, and it's fascinating.
Mark Brooks, it was fascinating. I really want to have one-on-one with him to get his presentation, that's for sure. And I think we might use him in the future.
So I think all of the speakers were really impressive. I was really impressed by Mark. The market overview was really on the spot. Everything was updated, and he's really outgoing and confident person, so I really enjoyed it.
I was most interested in Monty's talk just now on user experience design and research for users of Grindr, and that's because I'm more interested in user experience. Those are the concerns users have, the challenges they have. So those are things that really speak to the work I'm doing and the interests I have.
Listening to Verizon, listening to Mark Brooks, I get a much better sense of where the industry is going, right? We're just beginning to think about what's the role of video in STD and HIV prevention when you think about it online. And frankly, we haven't thought about it very much. So to get a sense of, first of all, everybody's going to mobile versus the fixed platforms. People are using video in ways that we hadn't even thought about. This gives us a tremendous, motivation to think about, all right, how do we leverage these technologies to do what we want, what we think is important for users' health?
Okay, so from the first session with Sean, I think it was really useful getting an idea of what makes a successful dating app, and I think that was very useful for me. And for the second one, marketing strategy, going methodically through all of the step-by-step process of launching a mobile dating app, which is basically one of the reasons I came here, because I have a lot of experience in the tech behind it, but not so much experience in how to actually launch and promote and market an app.
Even before arriving to iDate, I was approached by people who were interested in our software, and actually it was enough to pay for the entrance ticket and for the air ticket. So visiting this conference was well worth it, even before I arrived here.
But I have some really good follow-ups with the state of California, with a very large dating app, because it's here, and a couple of really good leads from my current clients to monetize these apps. So I really feel that the show was worth the trip out here.
Yeah, I think I'll have some business with people here. That's the intention when I first got here. But yes, I believe we will. I made a couple of good contacts, and again, it's always a follow-up at the end of all conferences. You come here, you may take a lot of names and business cards. The key is going back and follow-ups.
I've made a lot of connections, and I look forward to bringing them back and talking to the right people.
I kind of lost my voice because of it, so spoke too much. Hopefully that the business will come later, and my voice.
If you're not at iDate, you're not in the dating business.
Well, if you're not at iDate, you're not in the dating industry.
Highly recommend you come here, because at the end of the day, there's not a lot else in the industry to learn from. So if you're going to build a dating app, might as well come here first before you spend so much money on the app. If you're not at iDate, you're nobody in the dating business.
I'd recommend the sessions to any team who are looking to launch an app in dating, especially. If you're not at iDate, you're no one in the dating industry.
If you're not in iDate, you're not in the dating business.
If you're not at iDate, you're probably not in the dating business.
If you're not at iDate, you're not in the online dating industry.
If you're not on iDate, you have nothing to do with dating industry.